It's Super Bowl week, but before we do that, let's make sure we kick it off right with some basketball bets tonight. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jason Mattis, of course, with Winning Bets, giving you guys free sports picks every single day. And it's the Monday edition here of Winning Bets, so I hope you guys had a good weekend. We had a good weekend in our house. It was nice and cold and chilly. Didn't snow this weekend, so we were able to get out and have some fun and run around. The kids certainly enjoyed themselves. So, yeah, it was a good weekend here, and I hope you guys had a good weekend yourselves. It was a good weekend of sports. You had soccer back, obviously, with club teams back into action. We obviously had the AFC and NFC Pro Bowl game on Sunday, just to sit back and just kind of entertain yourselves with, obviously, the All-Star game for the NHL, and then just overall just good basketball action all weekend long. Let's go ahead and recap last week, then let's kick off our Monday action of bets. Last week, unfortunately, was another downer week. We were 16-21 and down a little over 5 units, down 5.07 units. Still positive on the year, though, at 95 wins, 103 losses, and plus 0.89 units on the season. So it's just the ebbs and flows of gambling, and we got some ebb. Now we're hopefully going to go ahead and get some flows. What were some of those good wins, though, last week, and what were some of those bad losses? How about over this past week? Went 5-1 in soccer. Had just a fantastic weekend of betting soccer. It all started off with that Getafe Levante over 5.5 cards. We parlayed that with Dortmund Leverkusen over 1.5 goals, and we got a great cash right there. We also got Nottingham Leicester. Both teams are scoring over 2.5, a good plus money cash right there. What about Lazio on that draw no bet? Another good plus money bet, as they were able to win 3-0 and beating Fiorentina. And then the Burnley Watford game, we scored under 2.5 goals. Easy winner right there. And before kickoff, about an hour or so before kickoff, you guys remember 2 weeks ago we hit Burnley Arsenal correct score 0-0, but that was a live bet around 30 or so. I went ahead and sent that tweet out. I didn't make that same mistake this weekend. We saw pre-match, it was plus 850 for a 0-0 correct score. Burnley Watford, went ahead and bet it, sent that tweet out. Absolutely love that play, and we got a great cash right there as that game ended 0-0, and we're just going to continue riding that in Burnley. I mean, that's now 2 straight games in a row. We've hit 0-0, and we've hit under 2.5. I don't know if the 0-0 is going to be in play on their next fixture just because who their opponent is, but I certainly think that under 2.5 is. So let's see if we can't continue riding Burnley and under 2.5 goals in their game. So that was just a good soccer weekend. Again, 5-1. Our only loss was that Sampdoria-Sassuolo game. And Sassuolo failed to score, but god damn, they were all over that goal. They had plenty of opportunities. I watched about 25 minutes of that game. It looked like what I watched, and then other parts of the match, Sassuolo certainly had opportunities. Just one of those results that just didn't quite go our way. But yeah, good 5-1 in soccer, hitting that 0-0 correct score. So fantastic week getting back into soccer now that the players are back from international break. Basketball, we have some good wins, obviously, in basketball. Remember there were 2 times last week where we said, hey, who is Dort defending? Let's take that guy and fade him. We did that Monday with Robert Covington. We ran that back midweek with Finney Smith. We tried to do it again Friday night with Covington again, but then he got traded Friday afternoon, so we lost that bet due to it being voided. But either way, we went 2-0 in terms of taking the opponent that Dort's defending and going ahead and fade him. So that was good. We'll see if who Dort is defending this week. I know they get the Warriors tonight, so probably not the greatest of all matchups right there, but we'll look to see, later on the week who Dort's going up against. He's just a premier defender there in the NBA. We also got Vooch there one night, over 29.5 points and rebounds. Easy winner right there. He covered that in points alone as he had a nice 30-plus point game. We also got one winner from the Hockey Squirrel. He went 1-1 last week. Panthers, Rangers, over 6.5 goals is his winner, so we appreciated that from him. And we look forward to getting the Hockey Squirrel back this week as the NHL is coming off the All-Star break. So we'll get him back in here Tuesday, Thursday, and get him cranking out some more hockey winners for us there in the NHL. What were some of those bad losses, though, last week? How about 0-2 in NASCAR? I went against the race winner and the guy who finished in P2. That is never a good thing. So fantastic race. Enjoyed watching it, but unsuccessful from a betting standpoint. Julius Randle, remember he was one of our player props last week that got ruined by a blowout. They were going up against the Kings that night. We needed over 18.5 points. Sat the fourth quarter, ended the game with 17 points. Brutal to lose that bet due to a blowout when he was killing the Kings there. What about Thunder Kings? They gave us another heartbreaker, did those Kings. Over 216.5 points on Saturday night. Had 66 points in the first quarter. Had 57 points in the second quarter. If you do the math, they only needed to average 48 points in the third and fourth quarter to go ahead and get us in cash. What did they get in the third quarter? They got 47. It was at that moment right there, I knew that bet was going to be a loser. I just got that shitty feeling in my feeling. It's like, oh, we needed 48. We only got 47. Yeah, that bet was a loser. We lost on the hook because there was 216 points. Obviously, we needed 217. Heartbreaker loss right there. The way they came out and just scoring galore in that first half, both first and second quarter. Brutal beat right there. And then the Cavs weren't good to us last week. Cavs, best team on the road, covering the spread. What happened last week? Went 0-2. Didn't cover any spread last week on the road. Brutal right there. That's how it happens. We'll look to get that one back. So yeah, down on the week, but still positive on the year. And that's what will take the momentum coming into this week. Hate when last week was a loser in terms of losing money, but I had a good time with you guys. I enjoyed jumping in here every single morning, talking sports, recapping the wins, recapping the losses, cranking out more bets, and talking about sports as we're getting bets out. I enjoyed it. I hate losing, but enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Let's make this week, though, profitable and fun, just like last week was fun. All right, if we're going to make this week profitable, we need some bets. Let's go ahead and jump into the NBA tonight. Only a few games, but I think we got a couple good spots. Let's go ahead and first do this Raptors Hornets. I'm going under 226 points at -110 over at DraftKings. I got this game scored at 220. I've got this game scored at 220, so feel good getting under 226. You guys know we've been playing a lot of these full game over-unders of lately. We've been having success. We've been having good wins and bad losses, just like any other bet. But more times than not, we've been having more success. So I like this. So we're going to go ahead and do it again. In a game that I've got scored at 220, we'll go under 226 between the Raptors and the Hornets. I also liked in the first quarter. If it comes in at over 54.5, if you want to bet it, do it. But we've been putting in bets in this scenario where we've taken like the first quarter over, but we went like the full game under. That's just a terrible feeling to go ahead and watch that. So I'm not going to bet that. If you want to bet the first quarter over, and if you see over 54.5, you can feel confident that that's going to cash. I mean, season-long numbers are 58 and 57, cash in the last 10, cash in the last season. So I just can't do it. I can't root for an over and then root for an under. That's just a terrible watch. So go ahead and just give me under 226 points for Raptors and Hornets, but I did want to let you guys know that the first quarter was in play in that game. Just not something I'm going to go ahead and do. All right, let's do another full game over under. Let's go ahead and do Heat Wizards. This time we're going over 208.5 points, and you can get that at -110 over FanDuel. Look, I got this game and scored at 214. That's basically the analysis. That's all I got. That's the analysis I've been giving you for the past couple weeks when we've been doing these. Is basically just what do I have the game scored at. I think that's important for me to tell you what I have the game scored at, because I get it at 208.5. It's still at 208.5, but you may watch this 3 hours later. It may be at 209. Well, I'm telling you right now, I got the game scored at 214, so that should give you some confidence that even if you see it at 209 or 210, you still have the confidence to go ahead and bet that and ride that along with me. But we'll go Heat Wizards over 208.5 points. There's one more game. It's Knicks versus Jazz. It's first quarter, so we don't have that number up. I'm interested if it's 55.5. You could risk it in the last 10. The last 10 is cashing over 55.5. Both of these teams are averaging 57 and 57 points. They're only cashing the over 11 out of 20 times, so not like this huge number where they're cashing the over. But if you get it at 55.5, maybe that's going to be our third bet of the night. Otherwise, I'm comfortable with riding with just two bets. And if that's all we have tonight, then I'm perfectly fine with that. We're going to go ahead and ride with these. So we got Raptors, Hornets under 226, and then we've got Heat Wizards over 208.5. Okay, we've got some midweek Premier League action going on, and I've, of course, started to go through the games and started to crank out some bets. I've got 3 bets for you now, and then we'll go ahead and obviously give you some more bets on tomorrow's show and Wednesday's show as I continue going through the games and finding us some good bets. But let's kick it off with Burnley versus Manchester United. Look, I'm going under 2.5 at even money. It is definitely in play in this fixture. Really the same justification I gave you for the last 2 cashes where we got under 2.5. It's the same thing. It's Burnley. It's Turf Moor. They're tough to score on. Love Pope. Love Tarkowski. Love Ben Mee. You do not score on those guys. Manchester United's form is absolutely terrible. They're not scoring on anybody. I do not think Burnley can score on anybody right now. They sold their best player in Chris Wood. Yeah, Burnley's an absolute mess. They're an under 2.5 train, I think, for the rest of the season. Let's just keep on riding it. Again, it's 2 straight cashes. I'll be on it again. And I also added Manchester United on that clean sheet at +126. United's defense is solid. That's not their problem. Their problem is they're not finding the back of the net from an offensive standpoint. From defensively, though, they're fine. Got no real issues with them on the defensive standpoint. And add that with Burnley and how they've got nothing going offensively. I'll take that Manchester United clean sheet at +126. Then the other bet is Manchester City versus Brentford. I'm going City on their first half team total over 1.5 goals at +130. Look, chances are they get 1 goal. So for a chance to double my money at +130 to find a second goal, I'll go and take it. Another team that they'll be playing at home at the Etihad. They'll have tons of the ball, tons of possession, tons of chances. I'll take a chance that they can find the back of the net twice in the first half at plus 130. So that'll be my first 3 soccer bets that we'll go ahead and get you guys this weekend. But again, we've got games Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll be cranking out more bets. I just had to get you guys those 3 now before lines change. All right, so that's how we're kicking off our Monday. We've got those 2 NBA bets, full games, over-unders, and we'll maybe look to add that Knicks Jazz over if we go ahead and get the appropriate Monday. Otherwise, I'm fine with just these 2 bets, going 2-0 and kicking off a week here right on Winning Bets. Go ahead and hit that like button. Have yourself a great Monday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching till the end. I'm Jason Mattis. Any love you can show by giving me a like, a subscription, or a comment, or even just share this video is very much appreciated. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to increase your chances of locking in the same odds as I talked about today, and check out my other great videos in these corners.